And it's France who will throw off the second half. And here we go then, and they've reverted to Guillaume Gilles in the centre, with Fernandez at left back and Barachet at right back. Sporting handshake between Vori, who used to play at Barcelona, as did the man in front of him now, Fernandez. Fernandez, though, has now returned to France, where he plays for Toulouse. And we've got a free throw, and the first 2 minutes suspension of the game. A rather unnecessary shove by Goyun, 25-year-old defence specialist from Siguranje Zagreb. And Guillaume Gilles, the 35-year-old, playing alongside his younger brother Bertrand Gilles here in the team. There it is. And it was very crude, and Copliard going, what did I do wrong? I don't think he realised what had gone on in his back with that rather crude shove by Goyun. And so Sorrento starts again, and there'll be a bit of extra space for him in the line now, this first power play of the game for either side. Barachet, Fernandez, bit of space, doesn't take the shot. Switches back again. Oh, he's fumbled it. And it's a throw-in for France. I'm not quite sure where that came from. Was it knocked out of his hand? Maybe. Oh, tried to put that ball quickly into the wing, Barachet, for Abalo. But it comes off a defender and it stays out. Passive plays being worn. Fernandez parried away, but Abalo has the ball and the arm goes down for the referee now. That effectively starts the mental clock again. No set time, unlike other sports, for when they warn for passive play. No mistake on the second shot. And Golutsa can't believe it. Fernandez using the extra space from the power play to give France a 2-goal lead. Gets his second of the game. Scoring well spread out in the first half, with 8 French players scoring the 12 goals. And Alilovic, meanwhile, does a good job of dismantling the goal at his end in frustration. Čupić goes in on the line, tries to flatten the defence. Goyun, no way through. Interesting that Goyun is staying on now. Plays at left back. Pjanic, in fact, at left back. Leans right in, going for the free throw. Happy with that. He lets the clock run down. 2 minutes into the second half on that suspension for Goyun. And Fernandez happy to give away the corner throw as that ball was headed towards Vori. And Pjanic comes in to take it. And the clock nearly down, and they'll be back to full strength soon. But passive play is going to come as they play across the front of the goal. That's more like it. Free throw again, and they are back to full strength, but the referee's arm is up. They need a quick shot now. He's free. Beautifully done. Such a danger. Copliard once more with his 4th goal. He's been so impressive here today. Got away from his marker. Poor defending by France on that occasion. Fernandez a little slack. So just as they got back to full strength again, Croatians pull back to within 1 goal. Bingo goes back in. Really the only left winger left after Guigou had to go home again with that recurrence of the hernia injury, but Barachet breaks through and restores the 2-goal lead. Croatia come back very quickly. Oh, there's a huge gap. Sorrento manages to throw himself in the path. Sorrento, who plays for Barcelona. Not a huge line play. He looks fairly big, but that's because he's 192, which is shorter than the other line players here on the Croatian side, and their attackers, and 100 kilos, but he's a very quick player. Barcelona use him pretty much as a defence specialist as much as anything else. France have Karabatic back at the front of the defence. Dinar, as usual, is the central defender, but pushes out a lot onto the left back. So it's almost offsetting the defence here. No way through for Pjanic. They'll come back for a free throw. Dunjak nearly took his 4th step there as he tried to pass the ball into Vori, who was marked. Little crossover. Čupić! That was an awkward bounce, but Omeyer got to there in the end. France bring the ball up. Karabatic blocked off a defender, and that'll be a throw-in rather to France. Just need the floor to be mopped, and Golutsa and Barachet in a little friendly tangle there. And Golutsa now manages to jump by the side of Barachet to call out his instructions. Well, it could be a mouth-watering prospect if Croatia were to make it through and end up somehow in the semi-final with Serbia. Barachet, nearly getting it in. Is it Abalou kept it in play? It seemed in play. He says no as he goes down. It's difficult to see from this angle, of course. Dunjak releases the ball into the wing. Superb. Čupić, a huge angle. He wasn't going to miss that under the keeper. Back to within one again. Čupić sets his third. Tried to tempt him on the inside, he wasn't having it. And back comes Guillaume Gilles. 5 minutes into the second half. Still just one goal in it. Sorrento comes out, drops back in again. Barachet. Oh, it's gone in. I thought it went wide. Halilovic reacted so late to it. He'll be annoyed with himself on that one, Halilovic. Little handoff into the wing again. Čupić. And again through the keeper. Having a great time, the winger who plays for Rhein-Neckar-Löwen in Germany. Closed angle this time. Bingo tried to shut him down, but it wasn't enough. It was nowhere near enough. And Omeyer not too happy, to say the very least. Čupić top scoring in the game now, together with Copliar, 4 goals apiece. And this time Vori is pushing right up onto Fernandez. They give him a bit of space this time. Sends it back the other way. Sorrento tries to turn, pulled up by Copliar, I believe. And they'll get the free throw. Well, not the fast, pacey game we're used to. They are short bursts of speed, but otherwise it's just good, solid play. Copliar, the main defender. Luckily, Moussa didn't get too involved with that because he was standing inside the area. Guillaume Gilles, Barachet across, tries to go through. That's unlucky, the whistle going, but goes through the legs of Halilovic, but it won't count. Oh, off the post, and the break is on. Superb pass down to Čupić, straight in the centre, and they're level. And Čupić has scored 3 back-to-back goals here against France. But look at the take here. The ball comes out again. Dunjak picks it up, and quick as a flash, puts it straight down the wing. He knows where to look. He knows Čupić will be off like a rocket. And the Croatian fans singing again. Copliar just recovering after a bit of a slip there on that follow-up. So Golutsa sweating as if he's out there playing. He's looking out of breath, especially for a former player. It's so hard. You're standing there, you just almost want to go out there and do it. You think, I could still do it now. Fast break goals, 3 apiece. Barachet. Fernandez dummies the shot. Penalty, defending inside the area. He drew the mistake. And the fault against Moussa. Dummies the shot, comes down again. Moussa jumps into him, but by then he's inside the area. Dunjak strays in as well. And so will it be Guillaume Joly, the 26-year-old right winger, who's not seeing much action other than coming on for the penalties at the moment. Meanwhile, Croatia changed goalkeeper. Venjo Losert comes in. He's saved 1 from 5 penalties so far, the 35-year-old. Plays for Ademar Leon in Spain, so they know each other. They'll play each other every now and again. And no problem for the French marksman. Joly makes it 2 from 2 at the 7-metre line. He's told to stay on. Exchange of views. Golutsa and his staff there on the bench. So Joly replaces Abalo in the attack for France. Let's wait and see, at least anyway, if he stays on for the attack. Karabatic is in the centre of the French defence. Here's this funny tactic now with Vori starting at the back, then he drives in. Dunjak starts on the line but pulls back on the left side, trying to suck the defence in on the far side. Dunjak swings back again, no way through. Lakovic still not in evidence in this second half, despite success in the first half. Dunjak, sent Omeyer the wrong way. A real sting in that shot, and it's all square again. It's 16-all. So Joly does stay on. No options on the far wing, though, as I mentioned earlier, with Guigou injured and returned to France now. Barachet, Fernandez, Barachet. They're trying to storm the front gate at the moment. They could do with passing out to the wing a little bit more. Bingo, passive play. Almost telegraphed, and Halilovic swats his hand in disgust. And it was such a slow shot. Did it take a deflection? Difficult to see from our angle. Let's look at this again. He takes the shot. He didn't. Completely misread by Halilovic. And the relative newcomer in the French team. Just 20 caps, 22 goals. In fact, the least experienced of the French team. Really having a chance here, as I said earlier, to show what he can do to the coach. Good defense again. Sorrento getting in the way. There's the block. Dinar helps as well, and then closes his arm down on the hand. Bicanic. But Golutsa is not complaining about the decision. I think he's unhappy with his players not using the space as he went across. They were all loitering on the right. No one tried to exploit the space on the left and cut back behind. And Lakovic comes back in again. Good move, I think, by Golutsa. He will add a new dimension to the play. Little switch. Blocked off a French defender. That was lucky. Karabatic jumping into the way. And that little crossover working incredibly well. And Lakovic says, hey, ref, look what he did to my arm. Oh, that'll never catch on. Quite sure she didn't get that from a registered optician. Surely not. 17-16 then to France. We're coming up to 10 minutes played in the second half, and tension high here in Novi Sad in this crucial game. The only completely decisive result will be a win for Croatia to put them in the semi-final. Vori just managing to keep outside the area. 17-all. 2 meters and 3, 114 kilos. First goal of the game for Vori. Meanwhile, France have now brought in Acambray at the left-back position. Karabatic's teammate at Montpellier, the French champions. But he is only just back from injury. There was some doubt he'd even make it. Here he comes. He's got a huge shot on him, but he's played okay. 3 goals since coming in. Towards the end of the preliminary stages, but only a 33% success rate. That said, he did come in very cold. Oh, brilliant save by Halilovic. Off Acambray, and back come the Croatians on the break quick. The wingers are through. Brilliant play, Koplia. And it all started with Halilovic's save. And they take the initiative back, Croatia, with a 5th goal for the right back. 18-17. There was the save. But the Veszprem goalkeeper got up and quickly put the ball back in play to maintain the momentum. As I said, it's hard, you come in rusty to these competitions. Saved and kept in play. Well, Alilovic going over to the fans, urging them on. That's the wrong bit, that's the French ones. He's just gone over a bit further, that's more like it. Gets the desired reaction. And Vori complaining that the ball is got something on it, and the referee takes a look and he says it's absolutely fine, get on with it. So Croatia on the attack, leading by 1. 42nd minute of the game. Into the line, superb. Oh, save, but a penalty. Sorrento defending inside against Igor Vori. And no argument with that. Good play by the Croatians. They're beginning to find their range at the back, but more to the point, they're beginning to find the connection with Igor Vori. So Omeyer tries to stay focused. Will it be Čupić again? He's been the first choice penalty taker. Scoring 16 from 18 penalties for Croatia. Picked the right side, Omeyer, but got there too slow. And it's a 2-goal lead for Croatia now. 3 goals without reply. 6th goal for Čupić. Well, a 4-goal spell, a 4-minute spell rather I should say, without goals for France, while Croatia have hit them with 3. Sees them take the initiative. Acambray. Allez les Bleus. That's the message from the fans, but at the moment they trail against Croatia, 2nd in this group. France still languishing at the bottom. Barachet. Oh! Off the keeper. Hits his back and goes in. Lucky break for Barachet. 4th goal for him. And as ever, it's the youngster who's showing the experienced players what to do. 80% success rate with his shooting. That's impressive for the 23-year-old from Chambéry. Bicanic, dispossessed unfairly, say the referees, and that's a 2-minute suspension for Karabatic. He goes, I took the ball, can't believe it. And so a real chance here for Croatia to turn the screws on France. Let's have a quick look. Oh, no. He caught him way high on the neck. He didn't go for, well, he may have gone for the ball, but unfortunately the follow-through caught him high. And anything around neck height will give you a 2-minute suspension. And absolutely right decision by the referees. So space for Lakovic on the back line to shoot. Koplia into the wing. Čupić, top corner, superb. Čupić's 7th goal. Well, it's Horvat, is it? I beg your pardon. I gave it to the wrong man. Let's have a look again. Absolutely right. My mistake. I'm saying 2 minutes. I'm not sure about that. That might be pushing your luck a little bit. So France short-handed. Acambray happy to try and get the free throws. He puts a shot in. Won't count, say the referees. They say he was inside. We're midway through the second half. Let off for Croatia. Back in comes Lakovic, not being used in defence at the moment. Goyun coming in and doing that job for him. Lakovic, again, once more they're looking to try and bring back Koplia or the winger, Horvat, but Koplia can go straight through, he gets his 5th, and suddenly the solutions are just presenting themselves to the Croatian team. And France on the rack now, 3 goals down. Still short-handed for another 20 seconds. This is proved to be an expensive suspension. Into the wing, saved, and when it counts, Halilovic is coming good. He's actually overtaken Omeyer now, 32% save rate for Halilovic, that's off the foot of a defender. While Omeyer has not had a great second half, unfortunately, not really touched the ball other than take it out of the net. 29% success rate on his saves, only as Bingo is annoyed there, giving the free throw away, and Halilovic, great save from the wing there. His touch as he goes over to Losset, and the French fans can't believe it, it's all gone wrong. Well, it was always going to be an improbable comeback for the French team after coming into the main round with 0 points and really misfiring against a Croatian team who came through on maximum points at the top of the table. And we've got another 2-minute suspension. It's Fernandez. Well, France were just about to get back to full strength and the pressure will continue, and this is a great opportunity for the Croatians to get a hold of this game and kill it. So France get 1 player back now. Sorrento slots into defence. Probably go off and they'll use a back player, they'll need that. Otherwise maybe Bertrand Gilles would be a better choice as a line player. He works well at the back as well and can alternate. Lakovic gives possession away. Abalo has been brought into the attack now, the experienced right winger. And off goes Sorrento and Dinard. Abalo, who's often used at the back when they're short-handed because he's very mobile, and they have put in Bertrand Gilles. And Karabatic comes in alongside him. Bertrand Gilles will go in if needed, but he's a very useful playmaker. He goes in now. Karabatic looks for the line. And Bertrand Gilles goes down. Jakob Goyun on top of him. And a little smile between the two. Well, at least from Vukovic. And in goes Bertrand Gilles again. He's in behind. Karabatic. Oh, it's in. Abalo delayed the shot as the defender moved across him. He then shot in his back. And Halilovic would have seen that come at the last nanosecond. And even short-handed. Look at that. As he drops down, he uses effectively Vukovic as a screen. Third goal for Abalo. But still they're short-handed for another 30 seconds. Lakovic, Copliard, Lakovic again. They'll swing the ball back into the line. They quickly close. Bertrand Gilles assisting Abalo to make sure that ball doesn't re-emerge. 20 seconds to go on the suspension. Lakovic, Dunjak, Copliard again into the wing. That's a big angle through the goalkeeper. He'll be happy with that. Nincevic, 30-year-old, plays for Fuchs Berlin. Big angle for that. It was always going to be difficult for the goalkeeper. And once more the Croatian fans are happy. 12 minutes or so to go, a little less. Shot efficiency, 63% for Croatia, 54% for France. Actually, by the standards of what they've been doing so far in the competition, that's not bad for France. Karabatic releases the ball to Barachet. Narcisse, oh, very high, I thought. And shades of what got Karabatic sent off. And the French fans are very quiet. Sadly for them, they've not had much to cheer about at all here in Serbia. Narcisse dummies the pass one way, then goes the other. Oof! And Abalo absolutely decked by Vukovic. And Vukovic, I think, just staying on to apologise to Abalo. There he goes and decks him. In fairness, Abalo was had his feet going away from him and was always destined to take a tumble, and the luckless Vukovic has got a 2-minute suspension. Abalo returns into the wing. So France, a chance here to try and close the gap, but at the moment the initiative very much with the Croatians. Oh, why didn't Barashe shoot there? Penalty, defending inside the area, but Barashe, it's almost like he lost his nerve as well. The gap was enormous there, he could have gone through. Abalou hesitated, jumped two-footed, and the defender standing inside. Tough call, but the Norwegian referee says you're standing on the line, I can do nothing else. Oh, saved by Alilovic. Left his foot behind. Joly thought he was going to lift it. Could be crucial, look at that, slipped it back. And that would have been a real chance. Not looking too happy, is he? Still a 3-goal lead for Croatia here. They desperately want victory today to book their semi-final place. Don't want to leave it to the last game. Ball's loose, it's picked up by Koplia, runs in. Tries to go through. Free throw. Igor Vori in the thick of it as well, but Koplia is brought down. And the clock has been stopped. Still 39 seconds to go on the 2-minute suspension. And so it would mean if Croatia won here today that there would just be one more semi-final place to decide in Group 1 to see who would join Serbia from that group in the last 4 in Belgrade. Into the wing. Oh, straight into the face, so that's a penalty. Horvat fouled. Bingo standing inside the area. And Omejer's going, well, he got the shot. So Alilovic comes over for a quick drink. Got a chance for a break as France changed goalkeeper. Daouda Karaboué, the 36-year-old from Toulouse, comes in. 121 caps. Can he stop Čupić? 2 from 2 so far for the Croatian winger. Takes his time. Over the head, superb. Beautifully done, and it's a 4-goal lead. Third penalty, dropped his wrist back and just curved it, spun it over the shoulder of the keeper, and in desperation almost, Narcis takes a hard shot. It's a comfortable save for Alilovic. Maybe a painful one, he'll have a mark later on, but it's straight down the middle. And one of the easier saves, and he milks the applause. 9 minutes to go, and France are losing contact a bit here with the Croatians. They're running out of ideas. Goalkeeper efficiency crashing for poor old Omejer. That's an attacking foul. Got to try and speed up the play. They're not really stretching the play at the moment. The winger's not seeing enough of it. Abalou decides, I'll come out and just play here instead. I'll get the ball at least. Goes back in on the line. Karabatic tries to get some order. Karabatic dispossessed on the line, and his arm caught. And a 2-minute suspension. And the French back player in some agony. Duniac has been suspended. Meanwhile, let's have a look, and yeah, he caught his arm, unfortunately, Duniac, and the referees never like it when you take them from behind. You got a real danger of damaging the shooter's shoulder. Alilovic already went down on that shot, having read it as a low. Well, the last time France had the power play, they conceded goals, so the Croatians may not necessarily be overly concerned, but they still lead by 4, and they have the initiative. France, even with the extra player, have struggled to put together moves. It's very much down to 1 or 2 player formulations, and that's just not enough, unfortunately, to break down the Croatian defence. 51% success rate with their shooting, but 64 for Croatia. So can they capitalise on it? Again, he doesn't shoot, Abalou. And that's a Croatian ball, and just like the beginning of the last power play, France give the ball away cheaply. And Croatia have a chance to make this a long attack, fumbles it. But once more, Barachet had a gap and he didn't go for it. And you really wonder, it's almost as if this loss of confidence in the French back line is contagious, because the previous one, you could have driven a car through there. So Croatia, long attack coming now. Get the free, oh, don't need it. Everyone stood back. And I'm afraid it's looking like curtains for France here. Their last, though improbable, chance of coming back. As they trail by 5, it's going to take something incredibly special for them to pull back from here. Well, Bertrand Gilles gets one, but I'm afraid they're coming too few and far between, and they're not capitalising on power plays when they should have the initiative. And France decide that they've got to take action soon. Individual marking now. The wingers are going to like this, they're quick. Here he goes, Horvat, hands off. Lovely play. Well, it was always going to come, wasn't it? They'd just run them off their feet. Vukovic. I always think when France do man-to-man marking that it's never particularly effective, and the 5-goal lead is still there, and Croatia have a foot in the semi-final already. Barachet, and that's an attacking foul by Barachet. Ironically, when the gap isn't there, he does go through. And France, I'm afraid, seem to have completely lost their concentration here. It's just not working, and I think the fans deep down seem to know it. Releases the ball. And there's the incident again, and the Croatians already in good voice. The French, for their part, have sat down. I'm afraid it looks as if this is one title that they won't be defending. France, who won the last edition of the Euro. Goes out of play by Karabatic, throw into Croatia. They're back at full strength. Frankly, they could still play short-handed. It still seems to be going their way. Doesn't make any difference. And team timeout called by Zlatko Goluca. And Croatia are minutes away from a place in the semi-final, together with Spain and Serbia. The French battled hard, but I'm afraid they're running out of ideas here against a Croatian team who are defending well, but the French don't have any crossovers. The back players are driving straight, then releasing the ball, and really it's not with any particular intent or purpose when they're doing it. They're not playing it wide enough, so the wingers aren't seeing a lot of play. And I'm afraid 8 goals so far in the second half is not going to terrorise anybody, especially not the Croatians. They seized the initiative after about 10 minutes here in the second half and haven't really given it up since. The French have done all the chasing. They've been down now by 5 goals, and I'm not sure anybody can hear anybody else in there. They're all talking at the same time. And the coach there saying, will you please listen to me? Oh, actually, there's no more time. Actually, go back on court. Well, that's quite telling. Well, if you don't make any effort, Didier, he's talking to Dinard, the central defender, just come out. And that's a damning indictment for the man who's the rock in the French defence, and I think sums up how it's all going. And I hate to tell you, but he's looking a bit forlorn. But told twice in front of his teammates, if you don't want to put your heart into this. Karabatic tries to lift them, but I'm not sure that'll have gone down too well with a very proud Dinard. He's always up for the challenge, but I'm afraid this championship, the French defence, far from what we normally expect of them. And the attack as well, the back line with Narcisse, Fernandez, and but in particular Karabatic, who's just had a nightmare competition. And it happens, you know, they've been at such a high levels for so long, treble champions, defended their world crown, that sometimes it is hard to maintain that momentum time and time again, as Croatia really put this beyond the reach of the French. Bicanic. Karabatic into the wing. That'll be a penalty. That's unfortunate because the ball had just gone in. And Barachet, who has to be one who can really walk away from this championship with his head held high. Curled the ball back in it incredibly well. He had to spin it the opposite way to what he'd normally do. So for the penalty they will change goalkeepers, but for the Croatian fans, I think job done, guys. It's going to take something incredibly spectacular for France to suddenly wake up. And the way they are at the moment, I'm afraid they look in complete disarray. Lossert then steps up. Joly missed the last one. So Fernandez, the captain, steps up and just blasts it. No messing around by him. Third goal for the captain. And the French, well, some still believe. They want to see their team do their best to the end. 5 minutes to go then. And a 5-goal lead for Croatia. They're not there yet, but they certainly have complete control over this game just now. Bicanic. Free throw. No rush for them to take it now. Clock ticking away in these last 5 minutes, and he wants the ball clean. That runs down a few more seconds, and the other referee's running over. He's a couple of times sent the ball back and said, stop wasting time, it's absolutely fine. And Bertrand Gilles, well, looks very pensive, as does Claude Onesta, and I'm afraid this is the last chance for France, really, to try and keep alive what little hope they still had of going through to the semi-final after that disastrous start to the competition. They've fought bravely here today, but they've just plainly run out of ideas. Free throw again. Croatia running this long. Happy to let the clock go. Bicanic, and it looks as if we'll have two Balkan teams then, at least in the semi-finals. Serbia and Croatia. Karabatic, play on, says the referee. Fernandez looks to the wing. The wingers aren't going quick, and there's no one to pass to, and that just shows how France have really paled into the background by comparison to what they'd normally do. Guigou and Abalo, if they were there in their usual form, would have charged ahead, but Bingo stood to the left. Penalty. Abalo didn't seem to have the appetite to shoot up. He ran up half-heartedly, then cut to the centre. And Bicanic gets a lecture from Golutsa for that foul there. Just holding the ball in to Bertrand Gilles so he couldn't release it. So will Fernandez step up again? The clock has been stopped. Puts it the other side. Well, trying to show the determination that he feels his teammates need to keep in this. But I'm afraid 4 goals down with 3.5 minutes to go. That's a long way back. France waiting at the 9-metre line to start putting pressure on the Croatians as early as possible in the attack. Referees be mindful not to give the Croatians too long if they just put the ball across the back without attacking. Dunjak, happy to go sideways, goes sideways again, it's still going sideways. And it's in, and they can do no wrong now. Dunjak. They will get revenge for defeat in the final last year, or last edition rather. Fernandez takes a blow on the way through, and sportingly Dunjak checks that he's okay. Sent him flying. And the Croatian fans begin the celebrations. Don't think it's too premature now. It's looking very unlikely after that barging foul into the last 3 minutes, and I think the whistle can't come soon enough for France. They still have one more match to play tomorrow against Iceland. Might be a chance to turn the bench and give some of the other players, Detrez and a run out, and still it just goes all Croatia's way. Horvat. And as France make more and more mistakes here, they've given up. They're just getting the ball back easily, Croatia. French attacks lasting 10 or 15 seconds, and Onesta. There'll be a lot of searching questions. He's saying that was a bit of hard defending going on in there, but I'm afraid that's irrelevant in this particular case. Lakovic says to the winger, stay deep. just wait down there into the last 2 minutes. Well, midway through, it was still only one goal in it, 19-18. But since then, I'm afraid it's been a 9-4 exchange. Passive play, they're going to take the shot. That's saved. Abalo looks for the long pass. Beautifully intercepted by Copliar. And back come Croatia. No need to rush it. Absolutely no need. The goal difference is irrelevant. The win will guarantee them the semi-final spot. 12 turnovers suffered by France. It just isn't the France we know. I think their focus already had shifted on to the London Olympics some time ago after the disastrous start. But look at the Croatians in the background. 1 minute to go before they can start in earnest. Oh, look at the defence, it's just not there. Omeyer still trying to restore some respectability. And the French, I'm afraid, glum. It'll be a long journey home for them. And they'll wonder what on earth happened. And that's sums it all up, really, doesn't it? We're inside the last minute. Well, Croatia have stuck to their guns. They've played it well. They've had more creativity in attack. The right-hand side, Copliar, I think, and working with Dunjak, and then the line has worked beautifully, and then putting the ball into Čupić, and then Horvat in the second half. That side in particular, lovely connections. And they deserved it. They've defended well. They've kept the French at bay. And that's gone in. Nothing's going his way when Omeyer gets his foot to it. Seconds, and I'm sure the French will just bounce the ball around. There you go, he just gives it off. There's no heart in it. And there we go. And Croatia are in the semi-final. They join Spain from this group in taking the top two spots. And Vori and Gilles, a nice little hug there. Goluca, congratulations to him, and deservedly Croatia have won. France had a chance here to really, it would have been a complete burglary if they'd come in and beaten Croatia and somehow worked their way into the semi-final. Would have been quite something, but it's not to be. No great comeback for the defending champions. We will have a new European champion here in Serbia. And we'll find out tomorrow who the fourth semi-finalist will be. Germany have their fate in their hand. They need a win. If they lose, they leave the way open for Denmark to sneak in. And Balic, who's had a bit part today. Dunjak has played brilliantly. Alilovic, not a great first half, 29%, but really came good in the second half, 35%. And a good team effort all round, great cohesion in defence, and for France, I'm afraid, yes, the tears. It was a long shot, I'm afraid, to start with, but they couldn't do it. It's just one of those things. It wasn't to be, and they'll have to focus on the Olympic Games next. It's not that bad, really. It's not as if you had it robbed for you at the end. I think Croatia deservedly, and in a very sporting manner, this match has been played, but deservedly, Croatia become the second Balkan team to go through to the semi-final. Bertrand Gilles with 3 from 3 gets man of the match for France. I'm afraid you won't be able to put a smile on that face for a little while. Didier Dinard there, reproached by his coach late in the second half for his lack of heart. Will feel that really wasn't the way he wanted to finish. He'll have to focus on the Olympics. Oh, I think she needs that. But celebrations for the Croatians. Marko Copliar, 7 from 8. He's been brilliant. A match turner, 88% success rate, and ironically gets his man of the match award from Jean Briot, the French vice president of the European Handball Federation, with a very kind, a real gentleman he is, and a smile as he hands over the trophy to him. He knows it's the right result here. It shouldn't have been any other way, especially in the second half when Croatia grabbed this game and controlled it beautifully. France riding their luck in the first half, 66% success with their shooting. The stats will show in the coming up now. But, well, in fact, it's showing here 63%, 51 for France, but 45% success rate on the attacks wasn't enough for France against Croatia's near 60%, and 4 fast breaks for them, which paid off. 4 penalties for France, 3 for the Croatians. Fernandez and Barachet top scoring for France with 4, but Čupić and Copliar, well, they outstripped them with 7 goals apiece. But it's a good team effort for Croatia. Not so much about the goal scorers as the defence. Here's how the play went in the second half, and a spell when France just dried up and allowed those 3 goals to go in, and then after that they were just chasing and it never worked out. Not a lot of success on the right wing or on the left back, although in fairness a lot of the shots coming towards the middle there, while for Croatia reasonably spread out, although the right back position, that's unfair to say they haven't scored, is because Copliao was going to the centre, and that's why it's not reflected. And so Spain are still top of the group tonight, but Croatia with their 6 points can no longer be caught. Those 2 teams are in the semi-final. Hungary will battle it out with France to see who holds on to that 3rd spot in the group tomorrow. But it's celebrations for the Croatians here in Novi Sad. Hope you've enjoyed the game. But for now, from me, Paul Bray, until the next match when we're going to bring you Hungary against Slovenia. Goodbye.